most people don't get to go to a wedding to have such a treat, which is a Gent of Honor. Let us give it up for this wonderful, beautiful, amazing man, Isaac.
Take her around everywhere because that was a great introduction. So I'm Isaac. I am the Gentleman of Honor, also best dressed for the weekend. You're welcome. Traditionally, the title is Maid of Honor. However, Saira and I opted to modernize the title. And when I shared this with one of my good friends, he said, well, Maid of Honor is kind of on point. That's awesome. So we'll unpack that later. We don't have time. So obviously I've never had this role before, so I searched the internets to get tips on best practices for bridesmaid speeches. So tip number 1, introduce yourself. Nailed it. Tip 2, don't make it about yourself, and if you know me, that's hard. Tip 3, share how you and the bride met. So I'm not family, I'm a different shade of brown. Spicier. Hips don't lie. Nor did I meet Saira at university or at high school. I went to university where orange is actually a real orange color. Go Pokes. Also, we won tonight.
Barely.
I follow football. It's impressive, I know. I was actually Saira's roommate for almost 5 years. I moved to LA to work, and mutual friends that went to university with Saira kept saying, you have to meet her. She's in New York. She's been out of New York for a year, and she's been in LA. So we met at Mama Shelter Rooftop, one of our favorite places, and we had an amazing time. She was like basically the Bengali Beyonce that can't sing. Not only was she gorgeous, she was witty, fun, smart, and very career-oriented. Like, she launched like Wonder Woman marketing. Like, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. Total woman boss. We totally hit it off, and a few days later, she calls me and shares there is a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment open in her complex, and 6 months turned into almost 5 years. Because I'm that awesome. Sai was one of the easiest people that I've ever lived with. We never had a dispute. She loved my cooking, because it's amazing. And I got to co-parent Lola, which was a huge bonus, and she's with us here today. The one thing that was unique about Saira is her affinity for white trash TV. Oh my gosh, y'all. I totally judged her at first. I was like, girl. But let me tell you, there is nothing better to make you feel better about yourself than 90 Day Fiancé. Like, what and how and when. Just watch the show, you will also feel better about yourself. Tip 4, share how the groom and the bride met. So during the pandemic, all of our lives got turned upside down, and like a good and loyal roommate, I spent the first 90 days in Tulsa. Leaving Saira by herself in our apartment. And this is why I'm still single. However, we checked in often, and one day Saira tells me she has a date with this handsome guy, and he's a cop. And I was like, oh my god, that's so hot.
You did say that.
I'm not wrong. It's hot. So the date went well, and I kept seeing Ryan on the weekends, and we would hang out with mutual friends, and what I love about Ryan and Saira is that they both have this like inner nerd. Saira loves dinosaurs, Ryan loves Batman. Me too, by the way. Uniform. They are both open to trying new things. They travel well. Lake Tahoe was a blast. And they are both so accepting of anyone's background, regardless of their own perspectives. Tip 5, add an inspirational quote. Rose, the Golden Girls. The older you get, the better you get, unless you're a banana. Okay, it's the Golden Girls. It's an inspirational quote. I had nothing to work with, y'all. Tip 6, wrap it up and cheers. So, in any way you celebrate, if it's a cheers or in any other way, I would like to foremost propose a cheers to Dr. and Mrs. Rabani. Saira has shared with me the sacrifices you all made to immigrate to the United States. She shares it with pride and from a place of gratefulness. You all sacrificed so much so that you could provide for Shahan and Saira. And so thank you all for making such amazing humans so that we can all be part of their lives. Second cheers. And lastly, to my dearest Saira, I will never forget all of our adventures as roommates. Selfishly, I wish I could say that how special you made me feel was an exception in your life, but it's not. For you, it's a constant, because it is how you receive and love everyone. May this next chapter in your journey with Ryan bring you much joy and happiness. And my sister from another mister, I love you.